Divide and simplify. Write the answer in the form a plus bi. Write your answer in exact form without decimals. So to do this, let's first observe a couple of things. Now, the square root of negative 50, because the square root of a negative value isn't technically defined, um, we can enter the complex realm, which involves this term I. So that's where this comes from. So the first thing we could do is just factor out I from that square root. Now we have everything perfectly well defined. 50, however, is something that we can reduce in terms of a square root. Because the thing is, when you have a square root, if the number underneath the square root is a perfect square, you can certainly just take the square root and be done. Much simpler. But if it's not a perfect square, it's possible that it's a factor of a perfect square. So 50, for instance, would be 2 times 25. 25 is a perfect square. So what we can do is we can take the square root of 25, which gives me 5, and then leave the 2 underneath the square root. So there's a simpler way of expressing things. So 20 minus, I think I will write this 5i times the square root of 2. Now, it does tell us to write this in the form of a plus bi. And to write it in the form a plus bi, we effectively need this in terms of two different fractions. So to make that happen, I just split this up. So you can always split a fraction up about the denominator, just making it into two separate fractions, like so. And if either of those terms will simplify, cancel some things out, that actually makes things easier. So that would be negative 4. This would cancel all the way. And we end up with negative 4 minus I squared root of 2.